Starting with Gangstar. It's the guest host pick. This is the Bonfire, Sirius XM Faction Talk 103. I'm Dan Soder. Big J. Oakeron, he's in Los Angeles. He's doing Hollywood shit. He's hanging out with arena acts like Bert Kreischer. Us little folk are just here to mend the farms, just mend the crops. We got full crew. Lou Witzke, Christine Marie Evans, Jacob Patat, our Black King, the Black Tiger Lewis Johns. And our guest host, a man that I was furious with the evening of the NFC Championship game. The very game that has given Jay a chance to go to the Super Bowl and watch his Philadelphia Eagles fly.
Yes.
Joe DeRosa.
Hello.
Lifelong friend.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
So, Jay is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Are we allowed to say that, Christine?
I think so.
Bert surprised Jay with a ticket to the Super Bowl. So,
Okay.
Jay's going to be going to the Super Bowl with Bert, Mark Norman, Shane, and other people.
Here's my whole... All right, now I'm mad.
Why?
Here's my whole annoyance.
Why are you so annoyed?
My name was on the table for that slot, that Super Bowl slot. I said they should take Jay, not me.
Okay.
And Jay also invited me over to watch the Super Bowl with him.
So you...
and was very insistent that I come do so.
So let me just... I just want to make this clear, Joe. I just want to follow this clearly.
Yeah.
So your name was written out of history. And then your friend that invited you over, there's no longer a home for you to go. I mean, I bet Christine would hang out with you.
I got to do Joey Rose's Super Bowl stuff anyway.
Okay.
I had anxiety about calling Jay and saying I can't come because he would be so just like.
Well, look how the world figured it out.
Yeah.
I told Jay, I was like, nobody you even invited really cares about the game, so I don't really think you're breaking anyone's heart.
When you're in that space, when your team is in the Super Bowl, you think everyone cares. That's the realization I had after the Niners lost, where I was like, oh, only we really care we lost. Everyone else is like, yeah, get over it.
I don't know if I should have said publicly that my name was in the hat.
Why?
Because Mark Norman told me, he goes, I told Bert we should take the Roses from Philly. He drinks. It'll be great.
Yeah. And it's so funny it came down to fandom versus alcoholism, where alcoholism was favored. Where Norman's like, yeah, he could be a problem. We could bring him.
But my immediate reaction was, no. Bert should take Jay, which I think was probably Bert's reaction to it, too.
Well, even Jay told me, he was like, Bert surprised me with it. And then he called his mom and was like, what do you think I should do? And his mom was like, you should be telling me you're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, why would he not?
Because he invited his parents up. He wanted his parents to see the apartment and hang out.
Who cares?
Jay does. He's a sweetie pie.
You can do that any given Sunday.
I know.
To coin a football, to turn a football phrase.
I go, Jay, we are in hell. You got a ticket offer. We did this yesterday. I can't go to the Super Bowl. I'm too old.
So,
That's Jay's mom. she goes, I want a hoagie. Like, you're my son. I'll watch it.
Jay, the menthols have done a number on my voice.
Every inch for that cigarette. Yeah, dude, it's what a cool surprise. And also,
that's great. Yeah,
go with your friend who's a millionaire and selling out arenas. Jay, go with the guy that loves you.
Yes.
The Jimmy Buffett of comedy. I've dubbed him that.
And I don't think I was supposed to know that Mark pitched me. Because as Mark was saying it, he was like, he opened with, did Bert call you? And I go, about what? And he goes, I don't know if I should. And I was like, oh, you're not supposed to be telling me this because he might not invite me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, get your sunscreen ready, fatty. Why? He goes, because you haven't talked to Bert. I'm guessing you haven't talked to Bert?
So how do you feel not being part of this little special clique? I mean, where's our clique?
What do you mean? Well, dude,
where's our little football clique?
Come over to Fumers Anonymous, where I'm just fuming. I'm just gonna be watching the Super Bowl, going, should be the 49ers. No, I'm happy. Here's the thing: is the Eagles are a team where I would say out of any other team in the NFL, most of my friends support that team. Like I would say it's the Eagles, the Patriots because of the Boston and Katie and her family, and then the Broncos because I'm from Denver. Outside of the 49ers, those three teams have the most people I love attached to them. So I'm like, I want to see the people I love happy. So go Eagles. And going to a Super Bowl is great. It's very fun. I will say this. Jay is a big fan. You are not. You would have had a time either way. You would have gotten drunk. You would have seen Rihanna live. You would have had...
I would have made a goddamn time of it.
when you
I'll tell you what. When they're walking away from that game on Sunday, they're going to say, we should have brought DeRozan.
Well, no. Here's the problem. And here's what I was going to bring up. I got to go to the Super Bowl in 2019.
Yes, I remember.
And they lost.
Yeah.
When your team loses and you're a fan and you're at the Super Bowl, it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
All the majestic allure of the Super Bowl and everything that's built up just becomes a fucking stadium filled with a bunch of fuckheads that are in your way.
Guess what?
Because you want to leave.
Guess what? When the Eagles lose...
You're saying it. I'm not. I want the Eagles to win.
I want them to win, too.
Yeah.
I'm just painting a picture.
When they lose...
I absolutely want them to win.
The shows on Tuesday will be incredible because Jay will be back.
But
we'll
let's
probably get 2 episodes of griping.
Let's just paint a picture.
Sure.
When they lose, they're going to have a 300-pound mope on their hands.
Jay's down to 260. You fucking dickhead.
And if they lost and I was there, I'd be like, boys, line up the shots. Come on, let's turn these crowds upside down.
Shane would be the only one sad, but then you'd get him fucked up.
Yeah. And you know I'm good for it.
You are.
I'd start going in on Shane, getting Shane all worked up.
It's great. Let me tell you right now, dude. DeRosa's like in action movies where they go and get another criminal to help them fight the criminal, where they go, there's like the big bad boss, and then there's like a guy where maybe they had a spat with, but you know that they can do damage, or that it's the enemy of my enemy kind of thing. You're like, you can get into people if you aim you like a weapon. I mean, you blew me up on fucking Sunday. Very few people can fucking make me skyrocket like that.
Dude.
I was so mad, dude. And then Joe and I talked, and I was like, God damn it, you are a weapon.
You're just trying to get to the farmhouse.
That's it.
Come down to the glass wall cell, dude. Talk to me.
You know what joke? You know what joke yours? I told Bobby, and I said on the other day, it was the one where in action movies where a helicopter shows up and they get out and they go, we need your help. And you go, I don't do that life. And you go, but you were the best. And you're like, do you mean that? Yeah, I got it. Well, dude, so Super Bowl parties, like the owners, each team has a Super Bowl party, win or lose.
Sure.
They spend like $100,000 on them, and they have big acts come in or whatever. Mm-hmm. So there's a chance Eagles win. Bert is a party. Bert could get into either party. I think Bert could get into the Chiefs party, take his shirt off in front of Kelsey, and Kelsey's like, get it! Travis Kelsey's like, you crazy, man.
Yeah.
But he could get him into the Philly party with the other Kelsey. There's a chance, I was telling Christine, I hope the Eagles win. Mm-hmm. And I hope Bert gets him into the after party, and then I hope Kev is there to plug Jay in with all the Eagles.
I might go down.
That's what I'm hoping for my friend.
We're having a huge, or not huge, but we're having an event at Joey Rose's.
JoeyRoses.com.
JoeyRosesNYC.com.
JoeyRosesNYC.com.
But thank you.
Fuck JoeyRoses.com.
But we're selling sandwich platters and stuff for people staying at home. But
I might get one.
If you come, please. If you come into the bar, we're going to be showing the game inside and outside in our RV and having drink specials and stuff. It's going to be a fun time. But that all said, man, I'm tempted to go down to actual Philly on Sunday.
Why?
To watch the bowl.
Why?
I've never been
because I'm going to tell you just what's going to happen at the end. Either way, it's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah,
best case scenario, they win. You're still in a riot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You're getting to a fist fight either way.
But here's the thing I would say about. Losing, absolutely. You're going to get your block knocked off.
Yeah.
If they win, I was in Cleveland working Hilarities when the Cavaliers won their NBA championship, when the Cavs won, and I went out on the street, and it was a riot, but everyone was trying to hug. Everyone was like, there wasn't violence. Philly might be the only city that could win, and they'd still be violent.
I think it'll be wild and positive, but still destructive.
Absolutely. Well, they had to grease the poles.
Yeah.
When you guys beat the Patriots, one of the first videos out was some fucking Philly lughead eating horse shit. Do you remember that? Can you look for that? Can you look that up? Do you guys remember that? It was like one of the first. Black Lou, as a Cowboys fan, you remember that?
Absolutely.
Let me rephrase. I might go down to the Philly area.
Yeah.
I've never been in Pennsylvania for one of these big Eagles games.
It's fun.
When they were in the Super Bowl last time, I lived in L.A. So all the big games.
Yeah, sports out there just seem like, unless it's the Lakers, no one fucking cares?
They care about the Lakers, and they care about the Kings still.
And Dodgers, because the Dodgers are good.
The Dodgers are huge out there, yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you can't get it. If your team isn't an LA team, there's no way you can get the same. Being in a Super Bowl in the city, like, I watched Super Bowl 47 at my grandma's house when they lost, and that kind of sucked because it's an old lady, so she can't get amped. But then going was the last time I went. You want to watch it around a bunch of Eagles fans.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just, and it was fun and emotional watching it in L.A., even in a bar with, it was me, Vince Averill, Jesse Pop.
Fun drinking crew.
It was a real good drinking crew. We had a good night. But then I've never seen, in this last Sunday game, I was at Jay's, obviously. I've never been in Philly for the event itself. To see it happen?
I'm just spitballing here before I watch this guy eat poop.
Yeah.
What if you fly to Arizona and then you're a post-game tag-in where if Jay's upset, he flows off and then you step in to right the ship?
Well, the problem is...
Because I know Jay, if Jay's like me, when the Niners lost, we went to the post-sad party, which was funny. I was telling them outside watching the Jabberwockies dance while all these NFL players and their families are upset.
Right.
Like, they're just like, all these guys are like, man, that might have been the one shot I had to win a championship. And it's like, ball. They're just like dancing. It's like cheerleader music playing in the background while the Jabberwockies dance. That was fucking hilarious.
Okay.
But I wanted to go back to the hotel and sulk. I wanted to eat McDonald's and be like, just hurt my body.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I'd be a little bummed if they lost. But
I think that's what Jay would want to do. That's why I think they tag in old Joey Roses.
I don't know. Jay was talking some real rational talk to me when you wanted to fight me.
Yeah. Oof. I didn't want to fight you.
Thank you for that. I've got a lot of podcast track out of that story.
Good.
Dude.
All right. Good. Yeah. Yeah. It was a real embarrassing moment for me.
No, dude. I wouldn't have retold it if you didn't talk about it on the air.
Yeah.
And I don't. I paint it as everything's fine. This is funny.
But I'm a psycho.
But
Lewis knows that. Lewis has been warning everyone for years. He's like, Soder in the wrong situation's a fucking psycho.
I told it on the Keith and the Girl marathon.
Oh, well.
And everybody collectively went, when I go, he said he would hit me if he was in the same room as me. And everybody collectively on Zoom, like 8 people went, oh, my God.
Yeah, well, that's not really the kind of group that would understand where I'm coming from.
You think Mike Kaplan and Josh Gondelman don't get?
Yeah. I would have written you a pretty searing letter that really illustrated what I felt. I wanted pure primal violence on you. I was like, I was lucky that no one like fucking said anything mean to me walking by. I was just fucking mad, dude. I think a lot of,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say other Niners fans were as hyped as I was, but I was bummed. And I was by myself, which was very stupid.
Because you're a cunt.
Yeah.
This is the first time publicly we can tell the tale from both sides. I mean, Jay regaled his angle.
Vecchione's
but I can now illuminate on what was going through my head as I was doing it.
Vecchione, to me, still had the best moment where he just went, Joe, don't do that. Vecchione lived with me for 10 years, that he was the old man in the front of the porch that goes, I wouldn't go down that road.
Yeah.
Wow, there's only nothing but death and darkness down that road. And then Joe is like, shut up, old man.
Yeah.
We're going to the lake to party.
Yeah. I told Keith Robinson had this reaction to the story.
Yeah.
Because
Keith knows. Keith knows I'm a psycho. I've lost a lot of money to Keith.
He brought up you being crazy before he didn't even know about the story.
Yeah.
He just brought it randomly.
You know when he remembers it? Because when he was one of the people that was calling me talking shit when the Niners lost in 2012 to the Ravens. In Super Bowl 47, I saw him at the cellar and he goes, I told you they weren't going to win shit with Kaepernick. He stinks. He's like, should have gave the ball to Gore. He was just saying what I knew was true. And I was like, shut up, Keith. He was just calling me. He's like, oh, you 49ers stink. They're never going to win a Super Bowl again.
He called me laughing. Dude, I swear to God, he didn't know that I watched the game with Jay.
He didn't know any of the elements.
No, he didn't know that I texted. He didn't know anything. His just rottenness. Yeah. He just called me laughing, and he's like, it makes me happy. Dumb psycho Soder's furious that the Niners lost. And I was like, oh, you don't know the half. And I told the story. And when I got to that part about Mike, and I was like, and Vecchio was like, don't do that. He was like, shut up, Vecchio. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude, when I saw Keith on that Monday, he was just laughing. He just wouldn't stop laughing. And I was like, Keith, we beat you guys, so suck my dick. And he's like, it just makes me happy that fucking your friend Jay eliminated you from the playoffs. Yeah, it was, dude, Jay nailed it, though, when on the air, because I was still hyped on Monday when I came in.
Can I tell you why I knew you were still hyped?
Why?
Because, so first of all, when I initially called in, I was just going to start singing Fly, Eagles, Fly.
Yeah.
And I was going to...
Which you learned that day, for sure.
I didn't bother to learn it because I knew it would make you more angry if I didn't know the lyrics.
You're the Joker.
Yeah.
You're the Joker, dude. You want to know how I make these sandwiches? He goes, a lot of people don't know. You just love chaos. You just love it. You're like, no, I'm a big fan of mayonnaise.
Yeah. I don't want your team eliminated. You're too much fun.
We could do this forever. Imagine it with bigger stakes. Oh, I said it. This motherfucker's the Joker.
Dude, I was literally, I swear to God, I was walking around my apartment singing Fly, Eagles, Fly and ad-libbing lyrics. And I was like, and there were moments where I was like, I wish I would have just ad-libbed that to Dan. It would have made him so mad because the lyrics were so dumb that I was making up. I was literally like going like, Fly, Eagles, fly, get the ball, run it down, go boys to the field.
Honestly, you're not far off from the actual lyrics. That fucking 1940s song when they didn't let black people in their stadium, where they're like, we're gonna score a little bit more, go to the land of victory. It would have been very funny if you had.
So this is how I knew you were mad. I mean, I knew you were mad from the threats.
Yeah. I mean, there was clear. I threatened physical violence in more than one text.
I knew you were still mad because when I called and Ari was like, that night, I side texted Ari because he was on the thread where you got mad at me.
I mean, you did it in our thread.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, dude, don't do this in front of our friends.
Yeah.
That was part of why I was mad.
Dude, I didn't even direct it at you. I just said a broad thing about the Niners. I knew.
You
well, of course.
I knew. Come on, dude. That's like you knew who you were aiming that at.
Oh my God! I remember in the Clone Wars cartoon, the way they get the Jedi to come out of, it was in Clone Wars. The way they get the Jedi to come out of hiding, is they start to slaughter people because they're like, no, it was in Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
they're like the Jedi cannot let injustice go, and that was you. I was like, he can't. I'm just gonna do a thing over here, and he's gonna have to come out of the woodwork.
I fucking hate you because you're absolutely correct. Where you lit a fire, and I was like, come on, boys, you can do it without a cord. There's a fire over there. And I just fucking, dude, you set that fire. I fell for that trap. If I were an animal, I'm just going to tell you right now. If I were an animal, everyone likes to think if they're an animal, they'd be a king of the jungle. I would have been dead from a hunter's trap almost immediately. I fall for traps. That was such a trap. And I walked right into it. Fueled by anger. Just walked right in that trap. And then the next thing I know, because I knew the second I sent those texts, you can't. Now they're starting to have the technology where you can pull back texts. I'm going to be unsending a lot of texts.
They had it that day. You could unsend.
No, one of us has a green phone.
No, you could have No, it doesn't matter.
I couldn't have unsent
that. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so...
And also, can I tell you?
Yeah.
Felt good.
I'm sure it did.
Felt good. Felt like I was itching to scratch, scratching an itch. I was like, I'm mad, and I need to put this somewhere. I even said to Christine and Jay, I'll probably thank Joe by the end of this for focusing my anger on him and not my friends who do care about the Philadelphia Eagles. I love a lot of people from Philadelphia. Joe, you ran out there and you were like, hey, over here. And I was like, I just turned to you. All my friends are over there. You're like, hey, you big dumb idiot. You were in Jurassic Park. You had the flares.
Yeah.
And I was like, ah! And just fucking just came after you like a big fucking idiot.
That's so funny, dude. So I was gonna call. Oh wait, so that night I side texted Ari, and I just wrote, "Holy shit, Soder is so mad, ha 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 ha." And Ari wrote back all ha's, and then he goes, "You have to keep this going. It doesn't matter at all. Just keep pushing this." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Do you hear that's the man that you had an act of war on? That's his philosophy?
Yeah.
So
it's just to keep it going? It's just pile the bodies higher?
Yeah.
You want to talk about evil villain energy?
Yeah.
I texted Ari, and I go, "I'm going to call into the Bonfire tomorrow and sing Fly Eagles Fly."
Which is very funny.
And there was a long beat of no response.
Yeah.
And then he just wrote back, "That is excellent."
So it be done.
Yeah, he really has his hood over his head, and he goes,
Give into your hate. You understand, Joe. Yeah.
So I called.
Destroy the Jedi.
he's just, Ari really is a fucking Sith Lord.
Something wrong with him.
He's like, do you understand that everyone must get angry?
Anger because of the Niners.
I called.
Dude, I fucking walked into that trap.
I called the next day.
I'm turning my phone off for games next season.
I called the next day, and I couldn't get through. That was unrelated. But the first clue was this. I texted Evans, and I go, "What's the call-in number?" And she didn't respond for a long time, and I was like, "Something's up. Something's not right.
Something's awry."
Yeah, and then finally, Evans, you sent it to me, and I called in, and I was like, and Lou answered, and I was like, "Hey, it's DeRosa. Can I get on the air?" And he goes, yeah. And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then it did the thing that it does on the phone where the audio changes, and you're like,
you hear the show.
Whatever. Yeah, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, "That's weird. They usually would have said something to me by now." It was going, and then when it went, this is when I knew.
Yeah.
This is when I really knew. I went back to Lou. You guys went to break, and it went back to Lou, and I was ready to be like, Lou, I don't feel like sitting through a break, and then he goes, "Joe, everything is totally fine." We are going to have you on next week.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, "Wait, what?" And Lou goes, "We're going to just, we're ending the segment, and we're going to," and I go, "Oh, come on, man. What the fuck are you talking about?"
In my defense, we weren't alerted to the call. I don't think, it wasn't heavily alerted. And then Jay waved off having you on.
You threw him right under the bus, didn't you?
I'm not. I'm telling you the truth.
No, listen.
Jay was like, no, we'll talk.
I know. I'm joking. I'm totally joking.
I'm not throwing him under the bus.
I know. I'm kidding. Could you imagine the bump the bus would have if you threw him under? I'm kidding.
Second fat joke.
Yeah, I know.
Guy's not here to defend himself. And honestly, he's looking svelte.
He looks great.
There's the thing, too, with the timing of the call where it was like that when you couldn't. I didn't realize that Lou wasn't taking calls specifically because he didn't want anyone to fuck with Dan.
I mean, I came in hot. Here's in Black Lou's defense. I came into the studio and the Lou's were in here, and I came in fucking hot. And then and all it took was Christine and Jay and us standing outside, and I was mad, and Jay showed up, and he goes, "Come on, dude, it was funny." And then I was still mad, but I was going "Yeah, a couple of those lines were really funny, but fuck him." I was, when you're when you just give even a little of that inch, we go "Yeah." I quoted one line where I was like, the recipe line was fucking hilarious. You don't fucking do that, dude.
But no, it wasn't that I didn't.
I just want this entire story to reflect the fact that I'm a fucking diehard 49ers fan.
Yeah.
All right. So you see me wearing Dolphins things, it's because my friend Mike works for them. I'm fucking psychotic when it comes to the Niners.
Yeah, dude. This is like the crush. Come on, bro. What are you doing over here? This is crazy.
I'm just telling you, dude. You're just. It's like the fan. I feel like De Niro in the fan.
Now do you care?
Yeah, give him the number. You're gonna let him get number 11.
I know, dude. Big fan with Patton Oswalt. The fan with Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah.
The crush with Alicia Silverstone.
Dan Soder.
Fear with Donnie Wahlberg. I can go on and on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole comedy special about how much I love the 49ers. Let me in. Let me in the house.
Here's the part. It wasn't not getting on that made me think something was wrong. That wasn't what it was.
Okay.
It was Lou saying everything is totally cool. And I was like, Well, that was you?
Yeah, it was Black Lou.
I thought it was Whiskey Lou.
No.
Joe, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's great.
Oh, dude.
And I was like,
you know what that is?
This motherfucker is mad. And I called Jay. I called Jay later that night after Skanks, and I go, dude, that was fucking weird today, dude. What the fuck, dude? And he's like, look, everything's cool. And I was like, stop saying that. Why does everybody keep saying that?
That's like doctors. That's like doctors coming in there and going, what you have is treatable. We just want you to know off the top you're going to be okay eventually.
I was like the wife with the cops. Yeah. Tell me if my husband's dead.
We just need you. Where are your children? We need you to get your children. Yeah, I was fucking mad. And then it just like, when you care about football and it happens like that, sometimes you don't act graceful. I was pretty graceful when the Rams beat us last year.
But I'll give you a twist of the story you're unaware of. Oh, no, because I told you about this because we talked about it.
Yeah.
When I talked to Jay that night, and my initial reaction was like, Dan come on, this is nuts. He can't be this mad at me about this. I was fucking around. And then on the phone, when I was holding to talk to you, but I didn't get on the thing, my whole thing changed because I heard you saying nice things. I was like, I just want to come on now and tell him I love him.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get on, and I was like kind of hurt and sad. And then I was like, wait a minute, I think Dan's really mad the more I was thinking about it. And then when I talked to Jay and he was like, he said the everything's fine thing, I was like, Dan is mad. Then I started to get mad. Then I started to get mad at you the way you were mad at me. And I started being like, well, fuck him, man. If he doesn't fucking call me, I'll fucking bail on co-hosting the fucking Bonfire with him.
I'll fucking do radio with that piece of shit. There was even like Black Lou was like, there was an idea floated around about Joe showing up in an Eagles jersey, and I was like, I would have Terry Tated his ass. I would have tackled you so hard. If I would have been out front of Sirius and you guys would have taken that corner and you would have been like in a fucking Randall Cunningham jersey, I would have been like, I would have fucking lit you up. Woo!
Today, not that day.
Okay.
I was going to show up when I co-host.
You would have came in Monday, I would have fucking ripped my shirt off and tackled you.
But let's talk about...
Let's explore this.
Let's talk about you. This is Dan.
It's not good.
Listen,
it's not good. Do you think it's good? Because it's not good. It's not a good thing at all.
This is wild.
Oh, psychologically, I can tell you where exactly where the fault line is. When you love, like, people love sports, and sometimes people who don't like sports, like yourself or whatever, they just aren't into it. They don't understand the fandom of, like, like you two both are affected by Jay's fandom because he cares. But you're also, Christine and Joe are outside enough to be like, you really care this much? Like, they lost. Move on. Move forward. But sometimes people have emotional connections to teams that they don't even maybe realize. I know mine's through my dad. Like, I know that was the only thing, which is a sad sack excuse, but it's the truth. It's like when you share that and it's like a thing in your family, you remember fondly. The Niners were so good when I was growing up. 49ers were fucking...
I know. I was a fan in the Montana days as a kid. Yeah.
They were so good that other people were like, I like them just because they're so good. And you're like, it's fucking great. And then they sucked and got good. So you stay connected to teams, and then it's like, dude, if you don't think I wasn't walking into therapy, like, well, we got to unpack all this.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you love him too much. Let go of that anger. It's like, but you fucking...
I talked to my therapist about you.
No, look at that, dude. We did... But you've been to Alan, so he knows you. He knows your playbook.
No,
he knows how your brain works.
He doesn't know me like that.
He's been in there tinkering around. He knows how all your fucking mechanics. By the way, do BetterHelp. This is like a commercial for BetterHelp.
I do BetterHelp. And
do
my
you really?
therapist, I have a great therapist through BetterHelp.
Did you meet him online?
I met him on BetterHelp.
Damn, BetterHelp. You really should have bought commercial time today.
Yeah.
You fucked up. You let Steven Singer get to it. We would have just had the most natural read in the world, and you fucked up. Hey, BetterHelp. Maybe next time, stop half-chumping us and get more commercial time.
But I said to my therapist, I said to my BetterHelp guy, that was a session of like, is it me? I was like, is it? And he was just like, listen, I'm sure you can irritate people as much as anybody, and I'm sure you have your faults.
Yeah.
It is absolutely unreasonable for your friend to threaten violence.
Yeah. But I know right now...
over a football game. I was like, yeah, you're right.
And I just... He's absolutely correct. And I've just traveled this great nation of ours to know that there are people listening to this right now that know exactly what I am talking about, where they're like, yeah, I get like
I think I'm in the minority. I think I'm in the minority. With
Probably. I think sports draws that out of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, I would, dude, if I wasn't in comedy or whatever, I would be one of those guys that a video on Twitter shows up of him destroying his TV. When I see those videos, I go like, that guy cares. Like, when I see them, they're usually like to own the people where they're like, look at this guy throw his TV out of the room. And I'm like, yeah, that was appropriate. After that interception, that's appropriate. But I also have tried to work on it.
Well,
dude, I remember one time I got so upset the 49ers lost a playoff game when I was like a kid. I must have been under, it was Joe, so I was 12 at least. I was 12. Mm-hmm. They lost a tough game, and my mom's boyfriend, who I hated, they lost, and I was in the living room, and I remember being like sad, like getting misty-eyed, and he goes, "You're crying because the fucking 49ers lost?" And I was like, oh, fuck, Joe? I don't need that right now.
Oh, wow. And his name was Joe, too.
Yeah, I had bad Joe. Jay had good Joe. My Joe is my dad's ex-best friend and just a real cunt.
And you think you get a little bit of both with me?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I got a little column A, a little column B. A little of this, a little of that. A little good Joe, a little bad Joe. Here's the thing. I knew I was wrong the entire time. It was just a crime of passion.
But here's the thing. You explained to me on the phone the connection with your dad. I even brought that up to Jay when it was happening. I was like, dude, is this like a thing with his dad? I didn't think of that. Now I think feel bad.
Like a lot of sports are, you know? It's like sometimes you're handed down fandom. But, like you grow up and people are like, here's a Yankees hat. You're a fucking Yankees fan. And then just the rest of your life, you're like, we love the Yankees, fuck the Red Sox. And then you grow up like conditioned.
I felt genuinely bad when I asked Jay that. I was like, is this a thing with his dad? And then when I talked to you and you kind of explained to me in greater depth what you're talking about now, I apologized again, and I did feel bad about that because I didn't.
That shouldn't be.
But no, I hear you. But hold on, let me say this to you.
Damn, BetterHelp, you really fucked up not getting commercials today.
Here's why I probably could have connected those dots. Without you explaining that to me.
I call every quarterback Daddy. Daddy Brock threw a touchdown. Daddy Brock's hurt. Daddy Josh is in. Daddy Josh is hurt again. He's got a concussion.
But like, you know, it's I guess I kind of started to connect the dots, but I probably could have had a little more foresight than I did in sending the initial text.
Also, you know I'm a psycho.
Well, I've seen you got real mad at me. I mean, part of why, hold on.
When's the last time I got real mad at you?
There's moving out of the 49ers. It was over the 49ers.
When?
We talked about it the last time I guest hosted with Jay, and that's why I did this, because Jay and I were laughing about this really hard.
What game?
No, I'm sorry. We talked about it during the game, and Evans was laughing at it really hard. It wasn't in the studio.
Good job, Christine. Good job.
I said...
You fucking laugh. Look what it did. It made your friend Hulk out.
We watched Eagles-Niners at their old apartment when they lived downtown.
Yeah.
And the Niners were losing, and you said there's still a chance. We got a fourth quarter here. We could do this, and this, and conceivably win this. And I said they won't though, because they're not good enough. And you got so fucking mad at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. Like I just blew it off. Whatever. Which is surprising for me to blow it off because I am a bait taker. I fucking Anyway, here's the point. I could have.
You should have known not to do that.
I did know that you were going to get mad, obviously. Yeah. That's why I did it. But I should have maybe connected the daddy dots.
Dude, always connect the daddy dots on everything, with everybody. You should constantly be connecting the daddy dots.
I know.
Because they always lead people to why people do fucked up shit. Daddy dots or mommy dots. Just follow them back. And all you got to do is just outline it and you go like, that's why it's a problem. Because it always makes sense, by the way.
Here's why, though, dude. Here's why I probably could have connected those dots.
Damn, you should put on some Harry Chapin. Daddy as fuck.
You went from the two times I've seen this happen, it was over the 49ers, where you go from literally, and I don't mean this to I'm not jabbing at either of these comedians, but you go from Dimitri Martin energy to Nick DiPaolo energy, and I'm like, what is happening right now?
They can exist in the same person.
Yeah, I was like, I don't understand. Like,
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, dude.
You were like smiling and talking about shapes and wordplay 5 minutes ago, and now you're like yelling.
Yeah,
and
I'm doing easel.
red-based.
I'm doing easel comedy, and then I'm mad how you voted.
and I swear to God, that's not a shot at Dimitri or Nick. It's just they have two very different energies.
For sure. But by the way, I'll take Nick DiPaolo around a football energy all the time because that guy.
I love a dose of DiPaolo.
Yeah.
I love a dose of DiPaolo energy.
But
I love
yeah,
it.
dude.
But here's my point. So, and I don't mean to overtalk, but I just want to make sure I'm explaining it. When you're around one of those guys consistently, you're like, that's that guy. If you're around Nick, you're like, Nick's an explosive guy and whatever, and cool. If you're around Dimitri, you're like, easy paced, doesn't ever really, it's kind of monotone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You, when it does the swing, was as weird as if a guy I knew that was rageful suddenly being genteel for 5 minutes, where you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, it was as weird as when, rageful's the wrong word, or to apply to this example, but the example is a good analogy. It was as weird to me as Patrice, when he got older, when he would call you and be like, hey, dude, I was just kidding today, right? And I would be like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean?
What is this? Why are you being like this?
Yeah, and it would honestly, like, throw me off my footing. And he would be like,
well, you know what?
Joe, the only difference between me now and the motherfucker I used to be and the motherfucker I am now is because
Patrice had depth, and,
and so do you.
I got a couple different flavors in me, Joe. Sometimes you get spicy.
And
if you get spicy, look out.
And
it's hot. I run hot.
And it's so it was just weird seeing that shift, and I should have said if that shift is possible.
Yeah.
There's maybe something else going on here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We talk. You go to therapy, you talk about it, you talk about maybe why you are so passionate about stuff.
Right.
Probably because of old pops being gone. But I also think the thing that made me mad, why I blew up at you so hard, was because I knew that you knew I got like that. So I knew you were shaking the tree trying to get a desire. So I was like, well, he's doing it. Also, the fact that you didn't, I knew you were at Jay's, so I knew you were surrounded by I knew you were cackling. When I talked to Vecchione, and he was like, yeah, Joe was cackling. I was like, that fucking piece of shit. Yeah, I just knew you were laughing, and I was by myself, and I just imagined all you guys in your dumb Eagles shit showing each other the text of me being mad, being like, ha, 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 like that.
I was just there to eat.
I know, but I just fucking knew it. I knew it.
I was just there to eat. I literally, like, mid-game, like, mid-play, I was like, does anybody want cheese and pepperoni?
Yeah.
I'm going to go get some.
But that's why, because I knew, I talked to Shane, like, Shane and I had jokingly, like, talked shit, where Shane had sent me a thing that's like, you were my brother, but now you're my enemy. And then, like, Vecchione and I were like, Vecchione did his polite shit talking. He's like, I don't know, they're very good. 49ers are good, but the Eagles are good.
Right.
Jay and I jokingly, talk shit, but I knew you coming out of fucking nowhere.
Joe talked more about the charcuterie than the game.
It is true.
And that's why the shot at me pissed me off more. Because I go, I know you're there for the fucking cutting boards.
But it wasn't.
Because, like, you had nothing. That's what I mean. You're the Joker. I had nothing. I said it on the air. I want to find what I can get back at him for. What can I strike down when he's hurt something that I fucking care about?
A man who's been as disappointed as I have, there's not much left.
I know. That's why you're the Joker. You sew your own clothes. You just have knives. There's no clues. You don't have fingernails. You're Spacey in Seven. I can't fucking get to you. I can't fucking track you down.
No, that's not true. You can get to me very easily.
I don't have to find out a spoiler of
How
the next...
often do I... No, that's not what gets to me. You look, dude, I call you. How often do I call you in a blind rage about something that should not be working me up? And I am...
guess who's taking notes on those calls now?
Good.
Guess who's putting together a little playbook?
Good.
Because you got my play.
Yeah.
Just call me during a Niners loss.
Show me a video of another comedian doing crowd work on Instagram, and you'll see me.
Oh, my good friend Joe DeRosa gets real hot when certain people put up clips. And it's very fun to call him and you can kill a half hour with one crowd work clip that you're like, look at this dog shit. and then called Joe, and he's like, oh, it fucking bugs me. When Joe picks up, and he goes, oh, the way he asks where she's from. We got a clip I want you to watch. We're going to take a break.
All right.
I'm glad it's still, honestly, knowing that you knew the play and still ran it irks me a little, but I respect your honesty.
Well, but you knew that already. That's not new information.
But it's still just...
I knew that you were going to get upset. I had no idea you were going to get that upset.
And listen,
we have witnesses in the room. As I was laughing, I was like, "He's getting very personal." I don't know. Like I was surprised.
Like, it's like when someone's meeting a dog and they go like, "Is he fine?" He's like, and they're like, "Are you sure?" Because he's growling. He's like, "He's fine." He's like, okay, I don't want to fucking get near that thing. Whatever, dude. So, don't come near a whipped dog.
All right,
you get fucking bit. We got stuff I want to show you, including a clip that I want to know if it's real or not. Because if it's real, might be one of the best clips of all time.
I know what you're talking about, and
don't say anything yet.
Right.
We'll be right back. Joe DeRosa hanging out. Big J in Los Angeles. You can check out Big J coming up. Oh, that's tonight. He's at the Comedy Store with Lewis and Dave. So see if there's tickets available. That's tonight, February 7th. After that, you can see him in Nashville, St. Louis, and Louisville. BigJComedy.com. Joe DeRosa is going to be at the Crane Theater in New York as part of his residency on Valentine's Day. After that, he'll be in Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and New Orleans. Damn, dude, Creole Joel.
Yeah,
Creole
dude.
Joe. Go and fucking get some.
Come to the Crane on Valentine's Day. I'm excited. Come to all of them, but yeah.
Joe DeRosa Info.com is the website. I'll be at the Rio Theater in Vancouver February 24th and 25th as part of JFL Vancouver. After that, I'll be in Salt Lake City, Toronto, and Buffalo. For tickets and other tour dates, DanSoder.com. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire.
The Bennington Show. Now on weekdays at noon.
This is supposed to be a father-daughter radio show, and yet the father-child relationship is clearly you and Chris.
Guess what, though? You had a wonderful dad. He did not, okay? But we share with our adopted.
Yeah, Gail, don't be so greedy with Dad.
Can I tell you something, Gail?
Please don't call him Dad. I don't even do that on this show.
The Bennington Show. Now on weekdays at noon East and available anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Experience Super Bowl 57 on SiriusXM with the Chiefs and Eagles radio calls. And for the first time, hear the local XM 225.
Travis Kelce from Patrick Mahomes.
The Eagles are on Sirius 83 XM 226.
Touchdown, Jalen Hurts.
NFL Radio Channel 88 has the national broadcast and post-game reaction from the field. Super Bowl 57. Coverage starts Sunday at 4 Eastern on SiriusXM and the SXM app.
Hi, it's me, Steven Singer. Yeah, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. Why do all the other Georges in America hate me? Maybe it's because I have the best gift ever for Valentine's Day. Meet Periwinkle. It's my newest color of my famous 24-karat gold dip roses. That's right, it's a long-stem American Beauty rose, deeply and lavishly dipped in pure 24-karat gold. It lasts forever. Valentine's Day is here, and you're running out of time. Go now to IHateStevenSinger.com to get your Periwinkle before it's gone. It's the perfect shade of violet and the perfect shade of blue blended together, and it pops. So don't get flowers that die in a week and end up in the trash. Do better. Give the gift that lasts forever, my brand new Periwinkle 24-karat gold dip rose, exclusively at IHateStevenSinger.com with free personalized love note, free lifetime guarantee, fast and free shipping, in time for Valentine's Day. Order by Friday before 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Order exclusively and only at IHateStevenSinger.com.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at BetterHelp.com/crackle and get on your way to being your best self. Look, the holidays just ended. Everyone's going through rough times emotionally after the pandemic. Therapy is something that can really help you get through with coping skills, self-empowerment, dealing with a bunch of trauma. There is no stigma anymore attached to getting help if you need it. And a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you. Because when you feel empowered, you feel like you can take on everything life throws at you. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge, which is very important. You have to find somebody that works for you. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/crackle today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/crackle.
Hi there, I'm Andrew McCollum, the CEO of Philo, the best way to watch your favorite live and on-demand TV for just $25 a month. We created Philo because we saw a chance to make TV better. We got rid of everything you hate about cable. Contracts, hidden fees, pricing that changes without notice, and terrible customer service. We replaced it with an unlimited DVR that lets you save as much as you want for a whole year, an easy-to-use app on all of your devices wherever you are, and 24/7 customer service that connects you right away with a real person. Did you know that in the 4 years we've been around, we've never once raised the bill on any of our subscribers? That's how we do things at Philo, because we really care about our community and are always trying to figure out how to deliver more for them. Signing up takes seconds, and once you do, hopefully you'll see what I mean. Get a 7-day free trial at philo.com/Andrew. That's philo.com/Andrew. Let me know what you think.
Familiar with it.
Cruising, I know it. I've never seen it, but yeah, I know what it's about.
I would love to watch this movie with you.
Yeah?
It's about, it apparently will be a fun watch.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard about it my whole, it's one of those, it's kind of like a punchline movie, like people joke about it a lot.
Yeah, we should get a group together and go to your guys' house with like when Jay's home and watch Cruising.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, it's just like Al Pacino huffing a handkerchief with anal nitrate.
Yeah. Is he gay in it, or is his character gay, or is he just
apparently
undercover?
That's a reveal at the end.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to watch it. But
Okay.
Speaking of guys doing gay shit, or what used to be gay shit, there's a clip going around the internet of this guy talking about a pegging bit.
Yes.
He's like doing a pegging bit, and then he falls off the stage.
Yes.
Immediately watching it, it was like one of those things where, you know, when you have like a snack and you're like, oh, that's the best snack I've ever had, and you're like, that's really bad for me. That's got to be bad for me. I laughed really hard the first time I watched it, and then I was like, that has to be fake.
No, it's 100% fake.
You think it's 100% fake?
Yeah, you can.
Well, tweet the video out. We got Rick Glassman's tweet, which he found the video, and he found the perfect video.
I love Rick.
Rick's awesome. Take Off Your Shoe podcast.
Yeah.
Fucking so fun. Jay's doing it in LA this week.
I just did one.
You did one?
I think it's about to drop. Yeah.
Mine came out about a couple weeks ago. Rick's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he's great.
What a great guy. But he tweeted this out, which it was big on TikTok. You can play the video.
Now watch.
A lot of sexual escapades as of late, like having little adventures with some freaky Chicago girls. And I've come to the realization, I've been talking to one, that I don't think pegging is necessarily that gay.
Yeah, it's fake. Let me tell you why. Sound's empty. The room you can hear.
Yeah, the room is empty.
The room is empty.
Number one.
Just from the sound, you can tell the room's empty. There's not people in there. He gives it away by looking down.
Yes.
Before the fall, and he does. I didn't notice it till now. He does kind of a half fall before the fall. Play it again.
Yes, and also
he you see what I mean? He goes into it.
Yeah.
Watch now for reference. Can you bring up Kelsey Grammer?
Well, wait.
Falling off stage. I just look for it. Look it up.
But also too, I want to point out.
Yeah.
Nobody goes, oh my God, or nothing. You would not be, even if this is the afternoon open mic that the Laugh Factory does do.
Yeah, with an empty room.
That's not crazily attended because it's just comics lining up to do sets in front of each other. You would not. Somebody would do something. There's one guy in the front that is waiting, almost waiting there for him to fall.
Yeah, to give a reaction shot to make it look like there's people in the crowd.
Here's what it really sounds like when you fall off stage.
How about you fuck up? I'm sorry, we're staying right here. We're not getting off right now. We're swear to God.
Oh yeah, that's Pablo Francisco losing his mind at Sacramento Punchline.
What's that, sir?
What's that, sir? You think I can't get out of this?
What's that, sir?
What's that, sir? This is Kelsey Grammer falling.
Yeah.
I mean, he fucking eats shit.
So sorry for my language.
Oh, no. He goes like, motherfucker. Watch the whole thing.
Small world, pretending I was a UN interpreter. Oh, good Lord.
See? Oh, good Lord.
That sounds like what Jay would riff if he was making fun of the fall.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh,
really
sweet heavens. And then you show the other kid, and he just goes into it willingly.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit.
See, and it's like the way that he gets the sentence out. And then play the rest of it. Does he get up or anything?
No. That guy, by the way, the guy who's standing there to lift him up is not going, dude, are you okay? Jesus Christ. He does nothing. Yeah. It's fake. This is completely fake.
Damn, I really wanted it to be real, too. I just really, really wanted it to be real.
A lot of these clips is Santa Clausing, dog.
They're Santa Clausing out, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Everything's bumming me out that I'm seeing on. Did you see the White Men Can't Jump trailer? The new one?
I mean, I talked about it yesterday on Guys We Fucked. Don't open this can of worms with me right now.
Oh, I think I found your 49ers.
I've been texting
that's a sex podcast, so let's talk about it where men are men. Where men get violently angry about sports.
I left my co-host Pat Walsh a 4-minute tirade voice message about it. I'm furious about this trailer.
So we've been kind of following it for a while here on the Bonfire because years ago it was announced that they were going to do a White Men Can't Jump reboot with Blake Griffin, where they wanted Blake Griffin to be the guy. Remember when he was doing stand-up and everybody like Neil and everyone was like letting him in because he's famous. He's a famous basketball
Neil
player.
deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, yeah. But like Neil Brennan immediately was like, oh, hey, we're friends.
Well, L.A. is like...
It was a lot of L.A. guys.
Yeah, L.A. I mean, Blake might have been fun. I don't know. I never saw him do stand-up. But I feel like L.A. is like... Never mind.
No, please.
It's just
it's what it say it. It is what it is, Joe.
It's just I feel like
let it be known.
I feel like Joseph Mengele could go down to the fucking Comedy Store. Yeah. People would be like, "He's got followers."
Yeah. I don't know if you know this. I also heard he gets free train tickets. Joseph Mengele, from the Third Reich.
It's just notoriety trumps all. Like,
that's why when people are like blown away when they're like, Chris D'Elia just goes up, you're like, you think anyone in LA is gonna fucking get in the face about it, or are they gonna be like, it's crazy what's going on the line? Those people online are being nasty.
God damn it, Mike Albanese had the funniest. I did Steve Byrne and Mike's podcast Comedy Pinata. And we were talking about the exodus of comedians from L.A.
Sure.
And we were talking about, everybody that had left.
Yeah, Papa Joe left.
And Rogan and everybody. And I said, I said, yeah, Rogan and them, they got on a plane, they moved and whatever. And then Steve, we said D'Elia, and I go, some guys get on a plane, some guys finger their way out. And Mike Albanese said the funniest joke. He goes, some guys get in their car, other guys get on a school bus.
Yeah, I mean, LA, of course, they'd just be like, oh, hey, come on in. You want to do stand-up? Take my fucking work. You're so cool. But
yeah, I mean, and they're still doing this shit in Hollywood where it's like, oh, a rapper like who has a lot of followers. Let's put Jack Harlow in the lead of this.
That's what's crazy.
He's ready to, and Jack Harlow's an awesome rapper, and he may be a great actor. I don't know yet. Lady Gaga proved me way wrong.
Yeah.
She is tremendous.
Were you publicly against her when she came out?
I was rolling my eyes at it, and then goddamn, did she not sweep me off my feet?
She just, right?
She's real good.
I mean, I think Madonna went through that when she was in movies. Everyone was like, fuck Madonna. And then she acted, and everyone was like, no. Did she stink?
She had a lot of bad movies.
She did? I just remember Dick Tracy giving me a boner.
I love Desperately Seeking Susan. It's one of my favorites.
I thought she was all right. Movie. A League of Their Own, she was all right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
She's very serviceable.
Madonna, I think that's a good way to put it. Madonna's a very serviceable musician who can also act.
Yeah.
But also, at least with Madonna, when they put her in the lead of a movie, they put her in the lead of a movie that was like, basically like, look, Madonna, it's like one of your songs, but it's a movie.
Or
in
like
fact, the second one's going to be called Who's That Girl?
Yeah.
And you just kind of do your Madonna thing to an extent or whatever.
It's what they tried to do with Mariah Carey, where they're like,
yes,
you're a singer? And she's like, I can do that. I can play that.
It's what they did with Elvis.
Yeah.
And it's like, and here's the thing: Jack Harlow might be great, but it's like, it's never enough. It's never enough. It's like, so don't start the kid in a great supporting role in a movie where he has a chance to fucking kind of learn his thing. And
that's what they did with Harry Styles, where he was like a small role in a movie, and they're like, oh,
and again, serviceable. He's fine, but like they're gonna put this kid at the lead, not just the lead of a movie. The lead of a fucking comedy, which is so much fucking harder to do and carry than if he was in some like indie drama or something.
Not only a comedy, but a beloved movie. A beloved movie.
Yeah.
White Man Can't Jump is one of the. It reminds me. It's so nostalgically perfect to me. All the references. I mean, we make fucking White Man Can't Jump references all the time here. And I saw someone in the comment was like, if you're gonna give Jack Harlow a basketball movie, just give him a fucking basketball movie that has nothing to do. That's not a remake. There's no way he's gonna make this movie where everyone's like, I'll be sincerely surprised if anyone's like, it's actually pretty good.
I don't know who this is for. Everybody that's old enough to remember and love White Men Can't Jump don't want a remake of it in any way, shape, or form.
Because it was a perfect time capsule of the moment.
Anybody young enough to not remember the movie or isn't familiar with it doesn't give a shit what the Basketball Buddy movie is called or what the fucking prior franchise was, or not franchise, IP was. And then finally, this is written like dog shit.
Well, let's watch the trailer. This is the first trailer for White Men Can't Jump, which is coming out. It looks like it's going to go right to Hulu.
I don't know.
I'm not familiar with the people you were talking about.
What, White Man Can't Jump, the original?
The leads in the new movie.
The guy on the right's Jack Harlow. He's a rapper. Okay. And the guy on the left is an actor. I don't know who. I just know that it's not Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
I probably should have asked this earlier, but how much cash do you have on you? Did you not bring enough money to cover this game? I brought like 80, minus 60. You ready? Born ready.
What's up with your boy?
He's almost done. I'm like the P.T. Anderson of basketball psychological warfare. Who is P.T. Anderson? Our greatest living director. Spike Lee is our greatest living director. Spike Lee's not even a good Knicks fan. I knew this was a mistake.
Rated R. Damn, that's the best they could do for the trailer. Oof.
So this is what I was saying.
I mean, in the original trailer, bring up the original White Man Can't Jump trailer where you got Wesley Snipes hitting the prettiest. So pretty.
Yeah,
you got everything. Oh.
This movie is awesome.
This is, I love this movie. The Stookie Brothers, you got Jeopardy involved.
And by the way, I'm not mad at remakes. Like, but I mean, make it make fucking sense. I don't understand.
Here's the trailer for the original White Man Can't Jump. The only one that we acknowledge in this house. And I bet it's got...
Oh, it is hard work being this good.
Oh, yeah, it opens it.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Come on. Baby, give it up. Turn it loose.
It's not about...
Pause it, Evans.
Oh, man.
Right off the bat. Off the bat, how much worse is the new thing? This kicks off with from the guy that did Bull Durham. Yeah. He's already got one fucking Grand Slam sports movie comedy under his belt. That's where they're starting. And this other thing, I guarantee, was written by 4 UCB kids.
They did an episode of. They got an episode of Good Doctor in, and then they fucking bumped them up to a fucking.
Yeah.
And it's also you got this nostalgic. I mean, this is going to be pure nostalgic for those of us that grew up in the '90s. But the movie trailer voice guy, gave part. You don't think I can get out of this, sir? You don't think I can get out of this, sir? But even that, like, what's that, sir? You don't think I can get out of this?
Can we find out who wrote this new White Man Can't Jump?
Kenya Harris.
Kenya
Barris.
That's the Blackish guy, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, then I'm very wrong about who wrote it.
And Doug Hall.
And Doug.
Okay. I don't know who Doug Hall is.
But I already like to have the guy being
all right,
like...
Kenya Barris has some stripes.
Street basketball is a hard game. Watch your put.
I don't mean to brag, but I'm greatest.
That's because you never saw me.
It's not about white.
Honey, I'm home.
How much money did you make today?
I missed you too.
I'm sorry, honey.
It's about green.
I want to find out how good you are, chump.
Come on, I'm your white shadow. I have a business.
Woody Harrelson, dude. Come on.
By the way, new trailer. In no way, if you're not familiar with the movie, I'm realizing this right now, in no way establishes what it is.
Yeah, it just says like...
There's no thing about hustling. You don't even know why they're partnered up. You're just like, I guess this is a movie where these two guys play basketball together.
And the guy only has $20 on him.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
$500, baby, and you can pick my teammate.
Give him the chump. You mean play basketball?
And that was the movie that, by the way, that's the scene they were ripping off the trailer where he's meditating. Because he's meditating sitting down in that scene. And that's where they're like, give him the chump.
Okay.
That's why they put that in the trailer, because you had to know white men can't jump. So they put something in the trailer that you had to know from the original, that if you know that from the original, you clearly love the original. So you don't want to see it bastardized.
Yeah.
Show anorexic, malnutrition, tapeworm having, overdose, Dick Gregory, Bahamian diet drinking ass up. Give me my money. I've seen you hustle. Hey, I've never used no goofy white mother. Hey, who you calling goofy white mother? You goofy.
500 divided by 2. How much do you love me?
Put your money where your mouth is. Jerked off to that scene.
This, by the way, you're coming off of.
We're not have to watch
Look at
the
the difference.
You get it.
Look at the difference in cast caliber. You got Wesley Snipes, who had already been Nino Brown before this,
and you got fucking Woody from Cheers.
Woody coming off of Cheers.
Willie Mays Hayes.
Right. So you know, like, okay, it's a comedy, right? We're yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. And
Major League.
And
arguably the greatest sports movie of
Rosie
all time.
Perez coming out of Spike Lee movies.
Yeah, she was hot as shit.
And it's like, you got 3 fucking titans.
And the best joke you got on your new trailer is, Spike Lee's not even a good Knicks fan.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but
he is a good Knicks. He's the best Knicks fan.
I wonder if they cut that together. If they were like, this is gonna kill everything. I told these guys one time, when we watch TV and we see celebrities do commercials, Katie and I do the impression of the director all the time at the end of the commercial, where they go, and cut. That was hilarious, Paul. You were exactly like Albert Einstein in that Verizon ad.
Oh God!
It is hard for me to. Am I talking to Albert or am I talking to him?
You're dancing in dangerous territory here.
What are you talking about?
You gonna bite Daddy's hand like that?
What, you don't think I'm not locked up for Billions Miami and Billions London? Trillions and Millions?
Are you in the spinoffs? Are you
in
allowed
all
to say?
of them, dude?
No, seriously, are you really?
I'm the main character in all of them. No.
Are you in any of the spinoffs?
No.
They said Millions was going to be about the younger guys doing their thing. I was like, that's probably Soder.
I'm an old dog at this point, dude. 7 seasons.
Nothing's broken my. I love you, Jim Motz, but nothing breaks my heart like seeing him in that Einstein wig. Holy shit!
I'll tell you, everyone should have been warned when he was Ebenezer Scrooge in the Verizon thing.
Listen, that sucked, but I was like, it's Christmas, whatever.
Yeah, the Christmas spirit let you forgive him.
But when he came traipsing down, and that,
I'll tell you where I was out was when Cecily Strong was doing the commercial with Edelman, and she kept going touchdown. It almost made me kick my TV. Almost worse than the NFC Championship game.
Cecily, babe, I know SNL's no walk in the park.
Baby, but she's off it now. Baby, booby. I know you can't do Coneheads too, but you can't be doing Verizon commercials.
Son of a bitch. God damn it. But I mean, dude.
But that director energy was definitely on the new White Man Can't Jump, where they were like, he's not even a good Knicks fan, and they're like, and cut. That was hilarious.
Who's the other dude with Harlow?
I don't know. Who's the Wesley Snipes role? It is. What are their names in the movie?
Lance Reddick? Oh, Schultz is in this thing?
Schultz is in White Man Can't Jump? Dude, that is so fucking funny.
Schultz had the funniest line in You People. Did you see You People?
No.
He plays one of Jonah Hill's, like, asshole, like, drunk friends.
Yeah.
And they cut. They do a montage at the rehearsal dinner where everybody's friends or family are getting up to speak, and it's just jump cutting, and it just cuts to Schultz, and he's got the mic, and he just goes, I stormed the Capitol.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Damn, dude, well, he's in the new White Man Can't Jump. Maybe he can save the entire movie.
Schultz should have been the fucking Woody character.
He can play basketball.
Yeah.
He's a comic.
That would have made sense.
He's fucking famous.
He's got fucking millions of people behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not as famous as... No, he's probably equally famous as Jack Harlow, I bet.
I don't know, dude. Jack Harlow's like a famous musician, and even the most famous comedians rarely outdo
I know more people that know who Andrew Schultz is than know. I don't mean comedians personally. I just mean like I know more people. I meet more people that would know Schultz, his name versus Jack Harlow's name.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think so?
No, I think more people know.
Is Jack Harlow? Maybe I'm underestimating how famous Jack Harlow is.
His top song on Spotify has over 1 billion spins.
God damn.
You think Schultz's knee slapping crowd works up there with $1 billion?
I don't know.
You think him telling the crowds that Mexicans have a lot of babies? You think that's up there with $1 billion? Up there with Jack Harlow's?
So wait, who is Lance Reddick? What else was Lance?
He's in The Wire.
Who was he in The Wire?
Police chief.
A
And
police chief.
And he's
how old is he?
He's the main guy in The Wire.
He was what's his name?
And he's also in John Wick. He's the concierge.
Oh, well, that's not the guy that's playing Wesley
Winston.
Snipes'
Winston. He's
role.
Winston in
That's not
John
Wesley.
Wick.
Yeah, that's you're talking about.
No. Who's the kid playing opposite Jack Harlow?
What's the character?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you said Lance Reddick.
I thought his name was. I just saw Lance Reddick at the top of the list, so I thought that was him. But I realize
you're
now
right.
that's out of order.
He is, dude. Him and Schultz are at the top of the fucking IMDb.
Okay.
Schultz better have a big fucking role on.
Well,
this.
who's the main guy though?
I think it's Vince Staples. No, it's J. Alphonse Nicholson, maybe. I don't know who the other guy is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the other character's name is. Nobody knows Wesley Snipes' character.
Well, let's just see his picture. We'll know if right or no. Is that him?
Who the hell is this?
I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out.
I think that's him, right?
You think he was at the?
I can't tell because he's in a suit in the one. Jack Harlow looks different too in the fucking in the trailer. They were saying Christina and Corinne were saying yesterday that Jack Harlow's a smoke show. Do you agree, Evans?
That he's hot? Do you think Jack Harlow's hot?
I think he looks like he kind of looks like a little dirty or something.
That's why they like him, though. He looks like a little scuzz bucket.
Yeah, he looks like he'd smell a little bit like cheese or something.
Yeah, so it's Sinqua Walls is who's playing.
So who is that?
He is. He was in Teen Wolf.
Oh, wow.
He was in Friday Night Lights.
When he was probably a child, right?
I said child. He was in Power, Teen Wolf. I probably fucked his name up. I'm sorry if I did. Back in the day, he was in Blue Mountain State. Looks like he's playing the Wesley Snipes character.
All right.
Well, I mean, dude, wait, so you think Jack Harlow's hot?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Really?
Like, absolutely not even a second thought? You're like, Jack Harlow's hot.
Yeah, like so hot.
Like so hot?
Yeah.
What is it, though?
This is the only time she gets to admit this freely on the show, so let her have it. Let her come into her woman moment right now on the show.
He looks like a kind of a schlubby guy, no? Or is he not?
He does have a little schlub, but he just has like, I don't know, there's something about him.
He's a hot dirtbag.
Yeah.
You don't think he looks like he smells a little bit?
No, Post Malone is like smelly. Like there's a weird sexiness to Post Malone too, but he seems smelly. Jack Harlow doesn't seem smelly. He just seems a little schlubby. Like he has almost like a.
But Post has an edge to his look. Post looks a little dangerous.
Yeah, Jack Harlow. He just seems like, look how average he is. Like he's totally like fuckable, you know.
Oh, you think he's gettable? He's like hot and gettable.
See,
yeah,
he's
attainable.
Not like
yeah, he's like, look at him.
He's attainable.
See,
hot.
women don't say gettable.
Yeah.
We say gettable.
We say like, oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
He's gettable.
Yeah, we say like, who's gettable? Like Natasha Lyonne is gettable hot.
Yeah. Where you're like, love poker face.
Yeah.
Probably run into her, have a couple.
Like to show her my poker face.
Yeah, that's fun.
No, I don't
that's
think
why she would walk away from you on that one.
Yeah, I know. I didn't mean it. I just said it to be.
You just said it to
gross.
be edgy, dude.
I know.
Because you're just fucking. I mean, he's super famous, so it makes sense to plug him in. But just as the Woody role, Billy Hoyle.
Who?
Billy Hoyle is the name of Woody Harrelson's character in White Men Can't Jump. Sydney.
Dude,
Wesley Snipes.
I mean, there's such a dearth of funny people or good comedies anymore. It's hard to even think of. Well, who's a funny comedic actor that could play that part? I don't even fucking know. Honestly, fucking Jonah Hill would have been perfect. Jonah Hill, because he plays ball in You People, and he actually can play. Jonah Hill.
Was You People good?
It's okay. It's not great, but it's good enough that I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Like I was really proud and happy to see Sam J in it, and it was cool seeing Schultz in it. It was like we had friends in it. And I like Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill makes me laugh, like Eddie Murphy, obviously, you know. So, but Jonah Hill would have been perfect in a White Man Can't Jump remake.
You're out of your fucking tits.
I'm not.
I don't think Jonah Hill would be good.
I'm telling you, he balls in You People. That's like a whole thing in You People is that Eddie Murphy.
Can you stop using you people? I'm just kidding.
Eddie Murphy.
Can you stop saying that? It's fucking offensive.
Eddie Murphy sets him up to fail, and then he can play, and that's the whole gag of the scene.
Yeah.
He would have been perfect in that. And his weight, everything would have played into it. His look, and he is funny as fuck. He is still really. Seth fucking Rogen would have been great in the Woody Harrelson role.
Yeah, I see what you're getting.
Jason Segel would have been great in the Woody Harrelson role.
Jason Segel fucking rules. I would have loved to have seen Jason Segel. But I see what you mean with Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill because their looks take you out of the thought of them being able to actually ball. And then when they can ball, because that was the whole point of the original, is Woody Harrelson can fucking go.
And who's Wesley? Who can we cast as Wesley's part?
As Sidney D in fucking White Man Can't Jump.
I like how you're throwing your gauntlet down.
I'm like, I really know this. I know. I'm going first and last. I'm giving surnames. I might be wrong. Actually,
who do I see as Sid?
Who is he?
I would say.
Who's?
I would say Keenan. I don't know if Keenan can play, but Keenan's funny as fuck.
What about Kev's too small?
Kev would have been perfect, though.
What's your problem with this?
Wesley's kind of small.
You're going like 15 years older than they've cast these guys. They're all in their early 20s.
But I'm saying,
we're old men, Joe.
But I'm saying if I was making my remake, I would have cast guys in their 30s like the original.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if I worked for the studio, I'm walking into the meeting, I'm blowing up your whole remake because I don't want a remake. You know what I want? I want a continuation. Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes are still very much alive. You want the
color of money? You want the color of money?
You have them come in and you have them exactly.
Yeah.
And they fucking.
I just bought it on Blu-ray. You don't got to talk to me about it, bitch.
You just continue the story, dude. What's going on with them? Where are they?
I'm telling you, Kev.
Little Dicky is a fucking perfect pick, Notorious RGA. If you're going to get a funny rapper.
Dicky would have been great.
Little Dicky would have been fucking perfect for that.
Fucking how good. He's not famous enough. But speaking of Little Dicky, Santino would have ripped shit up.
Santino's great.
In that Woody Harrelson role.
Absolutely. Chris DiStefano.
I would love to see the pig. I would love to see the pig in that role.
But he could play. He was All-American Division III.
But as Dicky, absolutely.
I love Little Dicky.
Kev would be perfect in the Snipes role. He's probably a little too short.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And he's probably a little too famous.
Yeah.
Who's right in that sweet spot? Who's right
tall enough to be a convincible?
Who's right in that Jason Segel sweet spot?
Oh man, I mean, we're doing a Bonfire recasting of this remake. We're remaking a remake already, and we've already gained.
Can I take someone out of the running?
Yeah,
I saw You People too, and as a guy married to a white woman, that movie sucked.
Okay,
but
there you
Jonah
go.
Hill cannot ball.
Oh,
well,
they make it look like he can.
Video, he's awful.
I got to agree with Black Lou. I was looking for him to make a shot or anything, and it could have been anybody shooting. You didn't actually see him run.
All right.
So you know
what do you want from me? Take him off the table.
Listen, and I'm coming in. If I've got the studio behind me, we're blowing this up and we're just doing a continuation.
I'm sick of Kevin Hart. I don't want to see him in anything for 10 years.
Fair enough.
After the DraftKings thing, listen.
You want to talk?
We just need to be sweet on. Now we just need to be sweet on Kev for him to get Jay into the Eagles Super Bowl
party.
For this? And plug his special in March.
You want to talk?
And then we can fucking back.
You want to talk about a dream team? Anything goes. You can make this however you want. Remake.
Sure.
You ready?
Yeah. Wow me. I want you to wow me. I'm sitting here with 20th Century Fox.
You're not going to know what's going on.
I got Millie.
Ready?
I got Millies
Ready?
to make this movie.
Age is not a number. I can do whatever I want. Ready? Vince Vaughn, Will Smith. Boom.
That is.
That would be good, dude.
That is. But they got to be young. That is good. But honestly, I don't know. You're getting too close to the Woody Wesley thing. Woody and Wesley were perfect. That's why they did Money Train. That's why they just kept that going.
Money Train was good.
From Wildcats.
Introduced us all to a young J-Lo.
Loved it.
But wait a minute. If we did the Jason Segel version, who is the perfect black actor to play? I'm trying to think of black. I'm trying to think of fun. Like Tracy's too old.
Jay Farrow, no.
Farrow's he's not famous enough. It's if we're going into that, you know what I mean? Like who is Jason Segel level? It's weird.
What about about Denzel's son?
Oh yes,
Denzel's son's like Michael Washington.
That's
is that his name?
Right in the pocket. Yes.
Yeah. I think you want him where he was in Tenet. He was in.
I got the perfect. What's his name from? Not the main dude from Get Out, the other dude from Get Out, Lakeith Stanford.
Lakeith Stanford.
Oh,
Lakeith Stanford.
Lakeith Stanford. Yeah, John David Washington though.
Yes,
I think that might be the one.
I'm going to go with Stanford. Stanford's a funny motherfucker, dude.
He is funny.
He's funny, dude, and he's so dry.
He's great in Atlanta.
Yes.
Yeah, Lakeith.
Donald would be. Glover would be good.
Donald Glover, I could see.
One.
Yeah, Donald Glover. Man, they should have came to us before they made this movie.
They probably
did
did go. They probably did go to everybody
XM?
we're saying, and everybody we're saying was like, "Get the fuck out of
I'm
here!"
not doing a white man can't jump.
Yeah.
Jason Segel goes, "I'm fat now." Yeah, Lakeith Stanfield.
Now you want to talk about hot off the fucking presses? This kid is just. I mean, this kid's got swagger just fucking wafted off of him.
He's also a very talented actor.
He's amazing.
I bet they couldn't back the truck up for him enough.
He's amazing.
They're like, we're going to give him $40 million.
I got another dream Wesley casting.
Okay.
If we can go in any direction here.
Sure.
Throw me a Mike Epps. Throw Mike Epps in there. I mean, I'm watching this all day.
I'll tell you right now. Boot Will Smith's corny ass. Put in Mike Epps with Vince Vaughn. I'm green lighting
you're
this
not
thing.
watching
I'm green lighting
Mike
this
Epps
thing.
basketball hustling movie.
I'm green lighting this before you even leave the room. Yeah. I want a mug made.
Goddamn right you are.
Because I'm going to be on set every day cheering them on.
Give me Mike Epps and Jason Segel. I'll take that.
I would love that.
I'll take that all day.
I would love that. I would love nothing more than that. You get me very excited for that. Instead, we get. Well, we got Jack Harlow.
And the guy from Power.
Yeah. We got fucking Hot Scuzz Bucket.
I'll tell you what, 50 is a good actor. 50 Cent could have played the fucking Wesley role, man.
He's too thick, dude.
Is Michael B. Jordan too famous?
Oh.
I think he's a...
Is he too good looking for this role?
I don't know if he's too famous.
Yeah, I mean, he would peel his shirt off and then the fucking...
You're rooting for him?
You would wash away all that fucking sticky shit from soda spilling in movie theaters.
I don't think...
You have to wear galoshes to the theater.
I don't think Jordan could be funny, though.
Mike Epps would be hilarious. But if we're talking about... Lakeith Stanfield could be very funny.
Yeah.
Glover could be funny. You need someone that's funny.
Yes.
Donald Glover, you'd be ashamed to present him with a script, though.
Yeah, he'd be like, this isn't that well written.
Him to present him.
He goes, can you look me in my eyes? I do art. And you're like, I know.
Yeah. Dip my toe in Star Wars once to play Lando fucking Calrissian. Get out of my face.
I sleep in the cape, you fucking peasant.
Yeah. When I played Lando, those were my clothes.
Yeah. Remember how
I wore them in every day.
I made the Creek in the Cave do comedy. He did.
Is Glover did it? Glover's the one?
They were a music venue. And
John O'Donnell always was the one that claimed that.
Here's the deal.
I'm not saying O'Donnell didn't
John
have any
F.
part.
O'Donnell. Shout out John F. O'Donnell in the trial at the DC Improv.
Shouties ODs. Shouties to ODs.
But him and I think it's Timmy from The Whitest Boys You Know.
Oh yeah.
They had Kingdom of Heaven. They're responsible for stand-up being at the Creek. Donald Glover's responsible for comedy being at the Creek because they used to do Derek, his sketch group, at the Creek when it was just a Mexican restaurant with a music venue. And then Rebecca was like, oh, well, people are coming here for the comedy.
New York was so
And then they
dope.
switched it.
New York was so dope.
What, were you doing that thing that old men do?
Huh?
Where you're like, 20 years ago,
I am.
It was alive. You weren't in your phone.
Are you going to tell me? Are you going to fuck?
I was a blind alcoholic.
Me too. And I had a hell of a time at the Creek in the Cave.
I threw up. I had one of my worst nights of throwing up in that bathroom upstairs that Rebecca, I didn't even know existed. And Rebecca was like, come over here to this bathroom. You can lock the door and lay on the floor.
Fuck.
She's the best.
Yeah, she is.
Fuck who we knew and who wasn't who yet and all that bullshit that you think that old men do and all that talent was talent back then shit. I'm not doing any of that.
Okay.
I'm saying you can't sit here across from me right now and tell me that what you just described and what was happening from Long Island City into Brooklyn and in Manhattan at the same time with comedy and the difference between the Lower East Side and the East Village with comedy versus the clubs and whatever, there was a quadrant of four pillars that were happening where there was so much exciting art that was so drastically different in each part.
Well, yeah, I mean, even with the existence of Rafifi over on 11th and 1st, you could go watch, like, Young Mulaney just fucking killing, and then you go to Brooklyn and see, like, Reggie Watts and shit, like, people that are...
It was
big
just,
now.
but I'm saying, like, but even take their names out of it. Take the guys that blew up out of it that we knew then.
I remember watching Louis go from scene to scene and murder the same.
Right.
Like
I
Louis
remember Louis dropping in at Scott Moran's bar show.
Shout out Scott Moran. I love that show.
Moran. There was 5 people in the audience, and Louis went up, did his new shit, got off stage, and I'm not talking like unknown Louis. This was like 3 specials in Louis.
I watched him run shit for Chewed Up at Rafifi.
Yeah. And then
the N-word joke.
He got off stage. He did a thing for 5 fucking people. Got off stage, and I said, "Hey Louis, he went on last." And I said, "We're all drinking if you want to hang out." And he said, "No. Do you know of any other open mics I can hit right now?" That's what the fuck was happening.
Yeah.
So. But what I'm saying is this: take Louis' name out of it, take Dimitri's name out of it, take Reggie's name out, take everybody's name out of it. Just what was happening, the entity of what was happening, the organism of what it was. It was just better. It just was. There was an electricity that was going on that was untapped. It was happening because people cared about their craft, cared about their art. They wanted to be out there doing it. And then what happened is what always happens. People evolve, get famous, move on, and then all of a sudden this scene dies for whatever reason, and now it's what it is now.
I would argue we stopped bullying each other. I think that's what ruined a lot of it. When you were a young comic, like when I was coming up and I was an open micer, I was scared to go to the cellar because you would take a fucking beating.
Sure.
Just from walking in the door. Where they'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?" You'd see like Voss and Keith and stuff, and now everyone comes in and they're like, "Hey," because people have like Twitter followers or Instagram followers. I get what you're saying.
I miss the one I miss the most is Jesus Christ. What's
the old
his
stand? It was your favorite?
The old stand really was.
That was the best.
I love the old stand. I do miss the old stand a lot. I like the
all
new
the little
stand,
nooks and crannies, the back rooms.
I loved
They
that.
filled in the because I get breakfast with Vecchione over by there. They filled in the basement, so it's all gone now. Now it's just like concrete.
Really?
It's just concrete. You walked over, you're like, oh, it feels like your childhood home was fucking filled.
It was knocked down really quick.
Yeah.
It was almost like immediately gone.
I miss the old stand. I miss
Old Creek.
I really miss. Of course, I miss the old Creek. But I really miss. God damn it, Whiplash.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking about that.
When Leo had Whiplash, and you would go. Whatever you were doing on a Monday night, you could always count on. You could drop into Whiplash, even if you weren't doing time, and everybody would go to the pub over there after.
Yeah,
and it would be
Molly O'Wee's.
Yeah, it'd be a comedian's hang.
That was fun.
There's no comedian's hang anymore anywhere.
Because everyone's got to go home.
But is it really just because you guys are now at the level? I mean, you guys are like on the road every weekend. Like you're not at the clubs every weekend like you used to be. I
still think
I
there's
romanticize being in the clubs so much. But when I think about it, I'm like, it's not like it's the same people from 10 years ago in the clubs every day.
No. I agree with that. I mean, if I have stuff to work on again, I'll start to call in for spots again. But I stopped going to the clubs for that reason because I was like, it's a new class. It's time.
We're old men.
Yeah, I don't need to.
We're old men, and we're looking for deals. We're looking for love. And we're looking for Valentine's Day. It's next week, and Steven Singer announced his brand new 24-karat gold dip rose. Joe, you want to know what color it is for the 2023?
Red.
Periwinkle, dude.
Oh.
Brilliant shade of violet and blue. Picture it. A long-stem American Beauty rose, deeply dipped and trimmed in pure 24-karat gold with purple blue petals. Periwinkle really pops. This color gonna take her breath away and make you the hero that she's fallen in love with on Valentine's Day. Don't give flowers that die in a week. Do better. Give a gift that's guaranteed to last a lifetime and be an everyday reminder of your love. Go now to IHateStevenSinger.com. Do it today to get your Steven Singer 24-karat gold dip periwinkle rose. Woo! Get yours before they're gone. Steven's gold dip roses are the #1 gift for Valentine's Day and start at just $59. Fast and free shipping in time for Valentine's Day. Ends at 2 p.m. Eastern Friday. So you have till Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively and only available at Steven Singer Jewelers. Real jewelers, real roses, and real 24-karat gold for your real love. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. Comedy was a different thing back then. It was a thing that you could feel, that you could touch.
I hated the...
I remember going by the cellar and... Oh, man, all the guys were there. Stinky Leg Lou. And
I hated that what you just did so much.
Good.
Because I felt unheard.
Yeah, well, can I tell you where I'm at? From a production standpoint, we can wax poetic all we want, but we got to get two SS reads in by the end of the thing.
What are SS reads?
Steven Singer, dog. Big Papa Pump, the guy that gives us.
See, this is what happens. Everybody sells out to the man.
Sorry, bro. See this jacket? Notice how it's gold lined? Steven Singer provided that. When you're Steven Singer's friend, the world is gold. Give in to the devil. No. We had two in the same hour, and BetterHelp really fumbled the ball in the first.
So, I want to, but with this is what I was saying. Part of what Evan said, is yes, I relate to that. Like, that's part of the reason I don't really put in for a lot of spots anymore, is because I'm like, it's just not the same scene. It's younger people. It's their time to do their thing.
Yeah, but that's still like, I still like going to the clubs and doing work.
No. I'm not saying I don't, and I will do that when I need to do it. Sure. I don't do it just for the sake of doing it, but I'll do it when I need to do it. Absolutely. But there is a shift. You can get a lot more done on the road and than you used to be able to when we were younger and all that stuff. But I will say, despite any of that, there is not. And if it's out there, I'm all fucking ears. But there is not that organic, electric startup scene that there was. There's not that exciting thing anymore.
But you're like,
there used to be places to go work.
Yeah, sure, but that doesn't exist anymore because now comedy's in a different state right now. It's like complaining that you're not in your childhood anymore. Comedy now is like, there's a lot of people we know that are very wealthy from comedy that were like buzzing with that energy when you're talking about it, and now they've turned that energy into
That's
a
what
fortune.
I'm saying.
So
it was better then. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm saying that buzz is not there.
Just wait till how fucking sad and weird it's going to get when the bubble bursts and all that money's gone, and then you see a bunch of people fucking fighting for scraps.
Here's
That's
what it is too.
Fucking wild.
Here's what it is too. It's the homogenization of New York City that just gets worse and worse and worse in every passing year. The
city never sleeps, Joe.
I was talking to somebody who's renting an apartment in Long Island City. They're paying $5,000 a month.
That's insane.
It's like, what is going on?
We went to go
What
look
is
at,
happening in this fucking city? It's crazy.
We're moving back into the city, and we were like, we were looking for an apartment, and we found one we liked, and like the lady we were working with was like, all right, so you like this? Like, we can talk to the building. I was even telling Jay and Christine, like, I think we're moving to this building. They came back the next day, and they go, yeah, the rent increased by $672 a month. And I was like, for what? And they're like, it's the market. They just keep saying that. It's the market.
Fuck off, you fucking thieves.
So then what's funny is Katie and I, because Katie bought her place in Jersey, so we don't have to move. We're going to move and rent that place, and we want to live in the city for a year. So we're like, okay.
Did you get rid of your place?
Yeah, I haven't lived there for a while. I've lived at Katie's for a while now, for like over a year.
I thought you didn't even have that place for a full year yet. Did you just break the lease and leave?
No, I was in it for a year, and then I left. And that was that was over a year ago. Or that was like 9 months ago. But we were like, fuck that apartment. Like, that's crazy. Like, Katie was like, that's fucking crazy. And so did I. I said that to the lady. I'm like, hell no. And then 2 days later come back and they bumped it down $300. And they're like, well, what about that? And we're like, go fuck yourself. We don't want the apartment. You gave us a price, and then you clearly inflated it. And they're like, and they just keep reaching out to us, being like, well, what if we knock off the gym fee? And you're like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking...
Gym fee. No, your ridiculous price should include the fucking gym fee.
Exactly.
There shouldn't be a gym fee.
But there's something going on. I think there's like something going on in New York where like, I don't know how the rent is going up for everybody and no one's making more money. Like, I don't...
It seems like the city should be like still at a total discount. It was like 30% off for a while, and now everybody's rents, like our rent just went up like 30%.
It's crazy.
So many people in my building are leaving. And I don't understand because the city sucks. Nothing's open. There's nobody to work any of the jobs.
Yeah, shit's falling apart, dude.
It's a simple explanation, Dan.
What is it?
Disney's in bed with China. China owns TikTok. TikTok services Disney, and they're dissolving the middle class. That's what's happening.
I love the way that big brain of yours works. I love when you start churning out stuff that I can get into. Because, Joe, I'm going to tell you about where the pharmaceuticals play into this.
Wait, are you going to do a read? Don't do a read. I'm on a tear.
Damn it. Damn it, you called it out before I could get into it.
And I'll tell you,
I was about to let Steven Singer know who his real fan is.
You think I come in here just to fucking warm a seat when Jay's not here?
No,
I co-host the fucking show. I'm going to tell you when to do a read.
You get in here to row the boat. You grab your oar and you row.
I want Lou to look sideways. I'll go ride those fucking faders over there.
Dude, I
won't do it?
I would love you on the board. I would love you on the board.
I'm telling you, dude, New York, and I do mean this, New York is where it all starts. New York is the beacon, and it starts here, and it spreads out, just like COVID.
Yeah,
okay?
for real.
I mean that.
Dude, I remember Nate. Hold on, real quick. I just remember Nate, because, he lives in Nashville, and everything great's in Nashville now, because Nate lives there. And Nate called me when we had to do shows from home, and I was walking Myrtle. I remember specifically, it was on his birthday, so it was like April.
Right.
It was at the end of March we had been locked down for 2 weeks. And Nate goes, I'm telling y'all, it's a New York problem and that's it. I go, you really think COVID's just going to stay in New York? And he goes, I do, man. I think y'all are being too crazy about this. I don't think it's going to spread. And then a year later, on his birthday, I called him and I go, hey, remember last year when you said COVID was just the New York problem? He goes, all right, buddy, I was wrong. Just immediately okay, well, I thought it was. I thought it was going to be. But you're right. It does start here and fucking spreads everywhere.
It starts here and it spreads everywhere. I am telling you something to speak to Evan's point. They are actively dissolving the middle class. The middle class has only existed for 40 or 60 years in this country. It's not a thing that's been around forever. It's been around for about 60 years. It's going to go away. They're getting rid of it. It's a fucking problem class.
Yeah.
The rich and the poor are easy for them to deal with. The middle class is the pain in the fucking ass, and they don't want us here anymore.
You're right.
And that's why you see the economic capital of the world, New York City, becoming what it's becoming, where it's like you can't live here normally. Dude, we know people that make 6 figures a year and can't figure it out here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
It's crazy. Did you see someone brought up the fact Trevor Noah made a eggs joke to Taylor Swift and she didn't understand? People are saying she didn't understand what he was talking about. She was like, what do you mean eggs are expensive? Well, eggs are like...
Oh, he made a joke about the price of eggs.
Yeah,
oh,
he's saying her fans are bringing down the price of concert tickets, and he's like, hey, can you put them on to eggs? And she was like, sure. I'll have him fix the thing. It's like, yeah, she doesn't know the price of eggs.
No, I mean,
she doesn't know the price of fucking bread or milk.
Yeah,
they did that on who did that on fucking Sirius, where they had Jeff Foxworthy on, and they had him guess
Pete Correale.
That was Pete Correale.
The game is called Out of Touch.
Out of Touch, and Pete Correale used to do this game where he had Jeff Foxworthy on, and he was like, Jeff, you're a redneck. How much is the price of a John Deere tractor? It was something like that, and he's like, oh man, I don't know. I've been flying private.
Yeah.
If you fly private, you might be out of touch. If you don't know your publicist's last name, you might be out of touch. Yeah, dude, that's fucking...
So, anyway.
It's coming.
I mean, I'm surprised you guys want to come back into this madness. I actually think I have an amazing deal here, so I'm not rocking the boat.
All right, brag about it.
But I got to tell you, I think all the time about moving out to Jersey City or something, because I'm like, I could probably live in a fucking high-rise out there.
No, it's just as expensive.
It is?
Yeah. Shit's fucking...
I mean, if Long Island City's $5,000 a fucking month,
yeah,
it's crazy.
But Long Island...
Why do you think we're moving back into the city? Because we fucking found out how much we could rent the place in Jersey for. And fucking cover most of our ass in fucking New York. Shit's fucked up, dude. Shit's all fucked up. But you know what isn't fucked up? And that's love. And no, let's take a break. No, I was just gonna take a full-on break. I want to show. I don't know, dude. Do we have enough time to watch the lady meltdown on the breakup on her flight?
Yeah, it's a quick video.
I'm familiar. Let's watch it.
You do know it? You know what I like about you, Joe?
Yeah.
You show up prepped.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
You know what else I like about you?
Let's dance.
You see problems and you want to talk about them. You don't run from them.
No.
The depletion of the middle class.
It's how I make my bread and butter.
Dude, is you pry. The same way you pried into my brain after that NFC Championship game. Pry into the problems of America.
I dig.
You dig.
Sift.
You scratch. You sniff. We're going to be right back. Joe DeRosa hanging out. Big J in L.A. until, well, shit, Saturday. Then he goes to the Super Bowl Sunday in Phoenix. He'll be back next Tuesday. BigJComedy.com. If you're in L.A., you can see him tonight at the Comedy Store with Lewis and Dave. That's February 7th. And then upcoming in Nashville, St. Louis, and Louisville. Joe's going to be at the Crane Theater, New York City, as part of his residency on Valentine's Day. And then he'll be in Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and New Orleans. JoeDeRosaInfo.com. I will be at the Rio Theater in Vancouver, February 24th and the 25th. And then Salt Lake City, Toronto, and Buffalo. DanSoder.com. We'll be right back. It's the Bonfire. Still is. Are you looking for an escape, a reprieve from the hustle and bustle of it all? We know just the place where you could solve a murder in your own apartment building and start a podcast about it. Where you can bite into a sandwich so damn good it makes you want to scream, "Yes, chef." Welcome to Hulu, where we've got everything you love, from Only Murders in the Building to FX's The Bear and everything in between. Hulu is your entertainment getaway, an escape you don't want to escape. Hulu, be obsessed. Hulu subscription required. Terms apply.
Explore sound from a different point of view.
Some vibes that I love, some songs that I listen to on the regular.
Boundary-pushing hip-hop and R&B from around the globe.
21, do your thing, 21.
Music and culture by Drake.
I always say it's so much deeper than music. Turn around and bust my rollie, get new jury.
On his exclusive Sirius XM channel.
The one and only Sound 42.
Hear it now on Channel 42 and the SXM app.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at BetterHelp.com/crackle and get on your way to being your best self. Look, the holidays just ended. Everyone's going through rough times emotionally after the pandemic. Therapy is something that can really help you get through with coping skills, self-empowerment, dealing with a bunch of trauma. There is no stigma anymore attached to getting help if you need it. And a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you. Because when you feel empowered, you feel like you can take on everything life throws at you. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge, which is very important. You have to find somebody that works for you. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/crackle today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/crackle.
Looking for the perfect Valentine's Day gift but don't know where to start? Visit SiriusXM.com/giftitis and check out the Valentine's Day Gift Guide. The Valentine's Day Gift Guide is filled with great gift ideas perfect for anyone on your list. And special offers, too. The Valentine's Day Gift Guide is brought to you in part by Boll & Branch. Experience the softest, most luxurious organic cotton sheets from Boll & Branch. Check out SiriusXM.com/giftideas to learn more.
Hi, it's me, Steven Singer. Yeah, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. Why do all the other Georges in America hate me? Maybe it's because I have the best gift ever for Valentine's Day. Meet Periwinkle. It's my newest color of my famous 24-karat gold dip roses. That's right, it's a long-stem American Beauty rose, deeply and lavishly dipped in pure 24-karat gold. It lasts forever. Valentine's Day is here, and you're running out of time. Go now to IHateStevenSinger.com to get your Periwinkle before it's gone. It's the perfect shade of violet and the perfect shade of blue blended together, and it pops. So don't get flowers that die in a week and end up in the trash. Do better. Give the gift that lasts forever, my brand new Periwinkle 24-karat gold dip rose, exclusively at IHateStevenSinger.com with free personalized love note, free lifetime guarantee, fast and free shipping, in time for Valentine's Day. Order by Friday before 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Order exclusively and only at IHateStevenSinger.com.
Give the one you love something to hate this Valentine's. Buy 100 Things to Hate Before You Die. The hilarious new book from comedian Claudia Stabola. From celebrities, vagina-scented candles, to wimpy guys who call their wives the boss.
Happy wife, happy life.
If George Carlin and Bill Burr had a baby, this would be it. So piss off the Karens in your life. 100 Things to Hate Before You Die. Not responsible for spontaneous fits of laughter from peeing your pants and being canceled by your family. Buy 100 Things to Hate Before You Die. Now available on Amazon.
It's Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Self-hatred's such a great motivator.
You think so?
Yeah, that's why when people complain about not being able to lose weight, or I see people who are obese eating potato chips, like,
body
shut
positive.
up.
But they're body positive.
It annoys me because I know how hard it is. I hate not eating what I want to eat.
Yeah.
I fucking loathe it.
Right, when they're like, oh, I wish I wasn't this fat. And
then stop eating that shit.
But they're so good.
Shut up.
Tastes
Stop
so
eating
good.
it.
Yeah. It's Jim and Sam. Jim and Sam. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern, channel 103. Or listen anytime with the SiriusXM app.
Considered the voice. Whitney Houston's signature ballads and powerful pop anthems continue to inspire and amaze.
Whitney Houston!
Explore all of her record-breaking hits, remixes, and live performances, along with insight from famous friends and collaborators on her own limited engagement channel.
Whitney was a great music fan.
The Whitney Channel, now throughout Black History Month, channel 14 and on the SXM app. Included in all trials and popular plans.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/crackle and get on your way to being your best self. Look, the holidays just ended. Everyone's going through rough times emotionally after the pandemic. Therapy is something that can really help you get through with coping skills, self-empowerment, dealing with a bunch of trauma. There is no stigma anymore attached to getting help if you need it. And a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you. Because when you feel empowered, you feel like you can take on everything life throws at you. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge, which is very important. You have to find somebody that works for you. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/crackle today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, betterhelp.com/crackle.
At Peter Millar, elevating your everyday apparel is our passion. With each season, we aim for new heights to create signature pieces ready for life on the move. Our latest lineup captures a casual sophistication with a focus on versatility and fine craftsmanship you've come to know from Peter Millar. Step into the season in style with Peter Millar. From easygoing hoodies to luxurious cashmere sweaters to iconic outerwear, Peter Millar's winter apparel takes a wide-ranging approach to cool weather style. With a comfortable feel, a lived-in look, and ideal warmth, you'll be ready to handle everything this season brings. For weekends off the beaten path and days spent in the city, discover apparel that delivers incredible softness, rich colors, and ultimate versatility for all your winter adventures, wherever they take you. Browse the entire collection today at petermillar.com/faction. Get free shipping, effortless returns, and receive a complimentary gift with your purchase at petermillar.com/faction. petermillar.com/faction.
Hello, I'm David Figueroa, co-founder of Melinda's Craft Pepper Sauces. Over 30 years ago, my brother Greg and I set out on a mission to offer the world a better hot sauce. We felt that most hot sauces were just basic. And let's face it, basic is boring. Since introducing Melinda's Original Habanero Pepper Sauce, we've launched 31 more exciting and delicious sauces, like our Ghost Pepper Sauce, our Thai Sweet Chili, and our newest and best-selling Black Truffle Hot Sauce. People ask us, what makes Melinda's so good? Well, we think it's our approach to making sauces. We think like chefs do. Instead of just burning someone with hot peppers and vinegar, we use fresh plant-based ingredients like carrots, onions, garlic, limes, and the finest chili peppers to set your mouth on flavor. They're really fantastic, and once you try one, you'll want to try them all. We'd love for you to try them, and right now, you can get a 10-pack of our best-selling sauces with free shipping at melindas.com. That's melindas.com. melindas.com.
Valentine's Day is next week, and Steven Singer announced his brand new 24-karat gold dipped rose color for 2023. It's Periwinkle. That's what you need to know. Periwinkle, a brilliant shade of violet and blue. Picture it, a real long-stem American Beauty rose, deeply dipped and trimmed in pure 24-karat gold with purple-blue petals. Periwinkle really pops. Sure does. This color will take our breath away this Valentine's Day and make you look like a hero. Don't give flowers at Dine Week, do better. Give a gift that's guaranteed to last a lifetime and be an everyday reminder of your love. Go now to IHateStevenSinger.com. Do it today. Get your Steven Singer 24-karat gold dip periwinkle rose and get them before they're gone, because Steven's gold dip roses are the #1 gift for Valentine's Day and start at just $59. Fast and free shipping in time for Valentine's Day, but that ends Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively and only available at Steven Singer Jewelers. Real jewelers, real roses, and real 24-karat gold for your real love. That's IHateStevenSinger.com.
River, or wherever the fuck that apartment is.
Dude, she like bought
some shantytown fucking shack over there.
She bought it 10 years ago, and like the area built up around her. So now she's like, well, okay. You know, she was like, bought it across the street from a parking lot, and she was like, well, this fucking works. And then so now we're like, dude, we can rent this and move back to Manhattan.
Yeah, to the mainland.
To the mainland, dude. We're going mainland in 2023.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. That's the only way to do it. You gotta live in fear for 8 years of God knows what is lurking out there in the shadows.
It's crazy. It's I mean, you know, and that's why like Bobby and them moving up to Ardsley and like White Plains and shit was smart.
I mean, it's smart, but it's like for me and my life and the way I live, I'd kill myself. I couldn't do
Why?
it.
I'm looking forward to that. Like moving up north of the city and having a fucking Nissan.
You don't leave your apartment.
Back down. This is me on the Cross Bronx Expressway.
You are not fantasizing about a Nissan.
Maxima? Who wouldn't? It's a luxury car.
But you don't leave your apartment.
An Altima, sure. I can not getting juiced about that, but a Maxima? Are you fucking kidding me?
You don't leave your apartment.
I leave to walk the dog a lot.
You don't leave your apartment. You watched a football game alone.
I did, dude.
This is my
dark.
Yeah, this is my point. Like
as the sun set, I didn't turn on the lights because I was mad.
You just let it get dark around.
I let that. And the dude Myrtle's opinion of me is completely different.
Let me tell you about.
She's like, this guy is fucking nutso.
Let me tell you about what my Sunday looks like.
What does it look like? A nice bright. You have a nice cup of coffee with the sun coming in.
I get up. All right.
Yeah.
I walk around. I breathe in the sun. I breathe in the air.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some coffee.
Do you do a thing where you push your shoulders back, breathe in, and go like?
I don't have shoulders.
I know you don't. That was a trick question. I was seeing if you were gonna fall for it.
I leave the house. I get a cup of coffee. I have a convo with the local barista. Because, by the way,
Joe absolutely has a walk down the street and old men sweeping talk to him.
Guess what?
Joe, I gotta know that new hot sandwich in. It's a good one.
I'm not even kidding. I have literally conversations like that now in my neighborhood. My barista at my coffee shop goes like, "How's business, man? You know, how's it go?" Like, and we talk shop.
Dude, yeah. You might as well be in the old West with one of those bartenders cleaning out a glass. He goes, "Hey Joe, how you doing? Sandwich game is a tough one." I had a buddy that made sandwiches.
But then I keep walking.
Bing, bang, boom.
I go through the park. I take a look at the ladies.
A bird lands on your finger.
And then I hit a few record stores.
Ew.
Or maybe a few secondhand, maybe a few vintage shops.
Oh, you do a lot of leather wristband shopping, don't you, Joe?
No, wristband shopping.
I don't know.
You think Oakerson's still sitting here? What are you talking about with
Sorry, dude. Sometimes I forget how much people are into accessories across from me.
No, dude. But my point is like up in the suburban whatever, it's nice up there. Don't get me wrong.
Go to a sterile Walmart and get a fucking deal on stuff.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I want to go see if I want to go get that new P.T. Anderson Blu-ray. Hopefully Target has it.
Definitely, dude. Going to Target, dude. Don't ever knock a Target.
No, I love a Target, but my point is like there is no stroll down the street and get some coffee and
that
go to the record
exists
store
anywhere anymore.
It's the thing that keeps me tied to fucking New York, dude.
Yeah, but in New York, you're not describing as you walk down the street the guy sleeping on the grate with his pants filled with shit from the night before.
It's why if I didn't live here, I'd live in
New York.
I'd live in a suburban type city. I'd live in Austin. I'd live in Atlanta.
You lived in Austin before, right?
Yeah. But I'd live in a place where you could get to that stuff quickly if you wanted to.
Would you start dressing like a cowboy like Tony Hinchcliffe?
No.
Okay.
I would just start dressing like Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh, like he used to?
Yeah.
You take his old style? And
take his old style.
What are you doing, Joe? Joe, I see what you're doing, and I don't like it.
He smokes an American Spirit in one of the packs where the color I don't recognize. Yeah. So I'm like, which one is that?
They make green?
Yeah.
They make fucking green American Spirits? He goes, "That's right, Joe." He's got villain voice and such a like.
I've kidnapped her.
I've never seen the Off-White pack. Which one is that?
Wouldn't they start doing purple American Spirit?
Tony Hinchcliffe smokes Bone Pack. It's bone color.
It's like the color of the fucking business cards in American Psycho. Yeah, I mean, I think like what you're describing is very, very, very unique to like walk down the street.
It's not.
Did you have that in East Village?
You could have it in Nashville.
Yeah, it was the best.
You had that in East Village?
Yeah, because you just walk out. You walk out your door. The city's at your fingertips. I mean, the East Village, Lower East Side, like West Village, is a really like special place to live. I think.
Well, I felt that way about Astoria because I like knew I lived there for fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I had a chance to rent an apartment on the Upper East Side. Okay, it was twice the size of the apartment I live in now. Now, obviously, there was a rent increase, but it was still affordable.
Sure.
It had. I'm not joking. It had a secret room in it.
For jerking off?
There were built-in bookshelves along a wall.
Secret jerk off?
And you went up, dude, you went up to the bookshelf and pressed it, and a door fucking opened, and there was a secret room that you could do, I don't know, whatever you wanted in.
Well, you don't do stuff you do in rooms that aren't secret.
Right.
I'll tell you that. You don't do non-secret room stuff.
Nobody would appreciate a secret room more than me.
Oh, my God, I never realized how much that matches your personality.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got such pull the book and go into the room.
As the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Exactly.
You have a bed that should swing around and be circular.
Yeah. But I didn't take it because I was like, I can't live up here. Like the coffee shop is the Dunkin' Donuts.
Shout out, dude. I got so much Dunkin' points. The Indian ladies that used to pop for me in Queens, I felt like a fucking boy band member.
Right.
I would go in and they'd be like, hi. Katie watched the most awkward conversation because our conversations most of the time were, how you doing? And like, very good, medium coffee, sugar and cream. And then that's it. And then one time Katie was with me and they're like, I'm like, how you doing? And she goes, Robot died. And I went, oh, are you okay? She goes, no. Then I was just standing there and Katie goes, do you bomb that hard all the time in Dunkin'?
I want you to realize what you just did. And I know it's your show, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Yeah.
You bogarted my story to tell your own story that had nothing to do with my story.
Because all those satisfied...
We're out of time. I don't even get to see the rest of my story.
All those satisfied customers that got another story from their favorite Danny Suggs. Joe DeRosa, I love you. JoeDeRosaInfo.com. Go buy tickets. We have 10 seconds left.
Crane Theater, February 14th.
There you go. Go do it. BigJComedy.com, DanSoder.com. Sorry for stealing your story, but not sorry.
Faction Talk, home to SiriusXM's biggest shows.
Nobody wants to hear this nonsense.
Jim Norton and Sam Roberts mornings.
We start the day with gratitude. Gratitude for you.
Ron and Gail Bennington.
It's the Bennington Show.
Yeah, it's a global sensation.
Trumpation with Eddie Trump.
Dedicated celebration.